Hey ladies, how we doing? So a little bit ago I uploaded Manny's breakdown and I forgot to put it on unlisted. So normally I put them on unlisted, I upload them, that way I give them the link and they can go back and watch it 100 times if they want to, and I can store them up and see them and go back and look at them if I want to or whatever, and they can go look at them or send them to people or anything. So it's a good way to share the videos back and forth. And you know, it's hard to share a long video back and forth with someone. You can't really email a really long video, or at least I don't know how to. So if you guys know how to do that, but the YouTube thing works well. But that's also one of the reasons that YouTube is cracking down on stuff, is because they have these insane server costs that we get to use those utilities for free, and they're having these insane server costs and not making enough money apparently. So if you think about it, I saw this crazy stat the other day that was, I think it was 500 hours of content gets uploaded to YouTube every minute. Think about the servers and the amount of, to store all that, and then to store it forever. Pretty wild. So, you know, I don't really blame them for, you know, wish they weren't dicks, but still. Anyway, so Josh asked me a question. Now, obviously, once I realized that I didn't put that on unlisted, I went back and switched it to unlisted real quick, but I already had a couple views. And Josh had asked me a question about a grip thing. And there's a really cool little grip technique from Steve Fisher that I keep forgetting to put out there, right? And I texted or messaged him back on there, but I'm not sure if he'll even be able to see that, or if he'll be able to, you know, because then I put it on unlisted. So figured I'd just put this out here and we'll talk about it real quick. And it's an awesome little technique from Steve Fisher, especially from a small gun standpoint, or just different people are going to like it. I don't use it per se that much. Sometimes I'll use it a little bit on my Beretta, because the Beretta has a slide mounted decocker, and the way I grip the pistol with a Glock, you know, slide mounted decocker, it's going to beat up my thumb. That's why I actually shaved down the slide mounted decocker on my Beretta a little bit, because it was a little bit too much. Then I started actually playing more with this style of stuff from Steve Fisher, and that's kind of what I do now. But anyway, Josh said, so look, I flagged my thumb up. He noticed that Manny did as well. And after his grip is built, he leaves the thumb flagged up. And that, you know, he was saying, is that a bad thing, good thing, whatever? Should I change that? Should I put my thumb down, or really try to go, you know, thumbs forward, you know? For me, I don't give a shit, first of all. Your thumbs, either one, support side or strong side thumb, it doesn't do enough for your grip to make any real measurable difference. Some people like to put pressure down, like on the thumb pad of a Glock, or they'll cut that thumb pad. You know, agency started doing that 5-10 years ago, and now everyone, that's the proper way to grip a Glock, but that means nothing. Like, that's a personal preference thing. If you like to put pressure there, you can. I kind of shy people away from it a lot, because I see that it's easier to, as soon as your grip starts to fluctuate and you lose a little bit of pressure in here somewhere, in the palm somewhere, it's easy to steer the gun with that. So, but if you like to do it, do it. And then also with this thumb, you can push down hard on your hand or do whatever you want really with it, but it's not, you could cut your thumbs off past this knuckle and you'd still be able to get good grip if you had no thumbs. So, right? One way or the other, Seeklander style, kind of Ben Steger style, push-pull style, or Wonsik Kim style, or Bob Vogel style. So, the style, the little addition that Steve Fisher puts on things is, he says, hey, if you don't want to flag your thumb high, and you don't want to go like thumbs forward on top, or if you're shooting a small gun where you don't have a lot of leverage anyway on it, because it doesn't have a long lever in any way for you to grab a hold of, go ahead and build your grip, and then take that thumb and pull it out here, and then you can use it to assist your support hand and put some lateral pressure. So I'm actually laterally trying to put pressure in like this on it. And if you just grab your pistol, present it, don't shoot the fucking wall, present it out, and feel that, and just put a little bit of lateral pressure in. And if you feel it doesn't mess with your trigger finger or anything that much. For me, I grip the gun so high and kind of far back, my grip is clear up here, that if I do that with the gun, if I go over here, I lose a little bit of pressure in the web and gain a little pressure on the lateral side. So it's like 6 1/2 dozen, you know, that whole thing, 50-50. I kind of lose a little bit here and I gain a little bit there. Which one's better? I don't really know, so I just do the quickest, fastest thing for me, and you know, the thumb really doesn't do much. But like I said, another thing to play with. Experimentation is what it's all about. So experiment with leaving your thumbs floppy, and don't worry about it at all. Just really drive that web up in, drive that up in, and do your thing. Experiment with maybe a little bit of downward pressure. Maybe that'll help you. And experiment with wrapping that thumb around a little bit and driving it laterally into the side of the gun. And like I said, especially with smaller guns, sometimes you have less grip for leverage this way or that way or whatever. So if you grab right here and kind of torque in, and I will do that if I'm shooting like a small gun, like a 365 or something, I employ that technique. Grab that, and it just one more thing to clamp that gun in there. So try that out, and don't worry about what your thumbs are doing other than that. If you want to play with that and use your thumbs in some way, go ahead. But if you're not using your thumbs at all, tons and tons and tons of the best shooters ever do the exact same. They don't use their thumbs for anything. So take her easy.